So here at 5, should Secretary of State Jena Griswold lose her job? Lawmakers at the Capitol listening to testimony from panels making arguments for and against her, with a vote coming down before it's all said and done. Fox 31 political reporter Gabrielle Franklin joining us now with the latest. Gabrielle.
Yeah, Jeremy, House Republicans who brought this impeachment resolution forward argued that Griswold should be impeached because of some of her rhetoric as well as her actions. Meanwhile, Griswold says that she's been doing her job while fighting for democracy. Now, Griswold is the subject of this impeachment effort, but make no mistake about it, a fair amount of the beginning of today's testimony focused on January 6th. Republicans bringing the resolution maintain only Congress has the right to determine if former President Trump should be barred from the ballot due to participating in an insurrection. Republican sponsors also said that Griswold is partisan and said she doesn't instill fairness towards candidates who may think differently than her, though they didn't provide any specific candidate examples. Now, Griswold called the impeachment effort baseless today. She told panelists she was doing her job in her role representing the state in the case that made it to the Supreme Court.
That is why we are here today. It's not a political stunt. This is to really flesh out whether this behavior is of a Secretary of State who is supposed to be unbiased, who's supposed to be neutral in elections, who is the chief elections officer, whether there is some standard that we are going to hold her to when she interferes in an election in the way that she did. I personally feel is incredibly improper.
To be very clear, when the minority leader and Representative Armagost got up here, they started to talk about a pattern against candidates without providing any evidence. We're here to talk about Donald Trump. The speech that allegedly is wrongdoing is about me saying the truth that Donald Trump engaged in insurrection.
So speaking of January 6th, Republicans and Democrats were able to select a panel to testify before committee today. Democrats here in Colorado selected Harry Dunn. He was an officer who was hurt in that January 6th attack, so he was on that Democratic panel. Right now here at the Capitol, that Republican selected panel is testifying, and a vote should come soon after that. But we'll be sure to keep you up with the latest. But for now, we are live outside the state Capitol. Gabrielle Franklin, Fox 31.
Yeah, Gabrielle, let us know what happens.